What is the single biggest mistake a new trader can make? Is it using the wrong strategy? Is it picking the wrong stock? Is it not understanding the market well enough? Is it trading too big? No. I've been doing this for about 30 years, over 30 years, and I've seen a lot of traders come and go. And the traders that blow out, the traders that don't survive, all seem to have this one thing in common. And that's that they think that their first big-ish winning trade, that they can do that day after day, week after week, month after month, over and over again. They think they found the secret to trading. They found that they unlock the profitability in the market. Doesn't work that way. So what you have to separate is the idea that, gee, I've found something rather than that resulted in a profitable trade, rather than just pure luck or pure statistics. That's what I learned over time. When I started trading, I think my first few trades were losers. And I didn't like it, but I thought, okay, yeah, I think I can figure this out if I give myself a little bit of time. And I did. But the people who think they have it all figured out, the people who start multiplying or growing their wins over time and projecting out, I've never seen that work. The other place I see that is in economists. Yeah, I know economists. They're not traders. I get it. And can we learn anything from them? Well, that's debatable. And that's one person I saw today talking about the inflation numbers from this past February. Yes, the prices of imports were up about 1.3%. The prices of exports were up about 1.5%. Yeah, I get it. That's kind of a lot. And it could indicate inflation in the future, and inflation stinks. I don't like it. You don't like it. I agree. But here's where that guy, this economist / influencer, made the mistake. He said, well, if they're up 1.3% on February, that means annualized, they could be up 16%. Holy smokes, that's going to be catastrophic. And the only way to stop that is if the Fed raises interest rates not 100 basis points or 1 basis point, but like 3%, 300 basis points. Okay, slow down. Slow down. That's exactly the same mistake that new trader's making. What's the math behind that? Well, the math is pretty straightforward. You take that monthly rate of 1.5%, let's say. You add 1 to it. So it's 1.015, and you raise that up 12. In other words, you say, times 12 times that number raised to the 12th power. That's what gives you that 15, 16%, whatever it is. And that's assuming that you're going to have 1.5% inflation in March, 1.5% inflation in April, 1.5% inflation, yada, 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 all the way to the end of the year. And the bottom line is inflation doesn't work that way. It's going to go up a little. It's going to go down a little. I get that. I mean, let's take a look at some products here. Crude oil. Yes, it's rallied up. Yes, it's sold off a little bit. Okay, crude oil is a big indicator of what prices might be. Beyond just gasoline and fuel, it's used to ship stuff around. It's used in the manufacturing process. Nothing moves without oil. So yeah, coming down a little bit off its highs, that's good news, but it's still high. So that's an inflationary factor. Let's see if we can look at gasoline, RB futures. Gasoline, same thing, down a little bit. Let's look at corn, ZC. Corn's relatively flat here. Not a big deal. Corn, it's up a little bit, but yeah, it could be conceived as inflationary. But 15% inflation over the year? I don't think so. How about something like soybeans, ZS? That's a big one. Down, actually, fairly flat here, okay? How about some inflation-sensitive stocks? What are inflation-sensitive stocks? Technology companies. Let's look at SMH, the semiconductor ETF. SMH is up a little bit today. If we're actually thinking about high inflation, do you think the semiconductor ETF would be up today? or up at all or not crashing? I don't think so. My bet is that the market knows more than any economist. Same thing with a company like Apple. What's Apple doing today? Okay, Apple's turned around a little bit. Apple's up a little bit. Good for Apple. Okay, but again, saying that you can multiply out this 1.5% out for the rest of the year and that is some sort of realistic expectation for inflation in the economy is just plain dumb. And it reminds me of the OnlyFans models who make $5,000 in their first week and say, oh, I'm going to do this for the rest of my life. And in 2 years, I'll be driving Ferraris. Doesn't happen. Doesn't work that way. So my point is, we're traders. I'm a trader. You're a trader. But we see these same problems that plague new traders in other places too, and we can learn from that. So like I said, if you're a new trader, if you have winning trades, that's awesome. I hope you do. I like to see people make money. But don't think that you're going to be replicating those winning trades reliably day after day, week after week, month after month. You're probably going to have some losers. And if you're a new trader and you have a losing trade, that could be the best thing to happen to you. So, nothing here is a trade recommendation. And I encourage you to participate in the market using smart option strategies with defined risk. That's all for now.